all love, like, tolerate. Clicked on this video, what the hell are these? Vintage vacuum cleaners, ones with cloth bags and no inner at all. You tolerate them because you have to. If, in the case of this one, you get fancy, you could attempt a really horrible bag bomb. But a fellow collector, and a good friend of mine, has taken it a step further and has spent a significant portion of last summer, this summer just gone, making the contents of this box, designing, having properly actually made a, in theory, internal bag adapter for machines such as these. Let's have a look. Yes, hello, my vacuum cleaner and Hoover chums. How are you today? And Maverick chums as well. I did chuckle when this box came through because I bought myself a pair of Mavericks as well. If you're in the UK, they're like 25, under 25 quid from Tool Station. And I wear shoes out of tree. And these have been really quite good for the past couple of months. So yeah, there you go. Little tip for you, go to Tool Station. But that is not what we care about. What we care about is, well, specifically this. Very nice of him to include a bag for us as well. Yeah, he is wanting to make and sell these. So this is a prototype. And yeah, he's CAD modelled, literally cloned the adapter for there. So that is, a little nice rubber seal. So that is your adapter that fits all of this for, 119, 1224, what are these, what are those? And then this one, ooh, there we go. Look, there's a little bit of quality control. I've had this a couple of days. It came just at the wrong time. I mean, that's what this is all for, partly. This is a, how is it ready so that it can be sold? Yeah, there you go. There's a bit of feedback. That seal, probably not the best, but it's going to be fine. Yeah, this is the flange for one of these. I think he says six. I'll put it in the description because I have forgotten. But yeah, like 638, 639, 612, all the ones that came before the bag fill tube. And then it comes with this lovely 50mm. I mean, it's in rose gold as well. It's like a shark, isn't it? Very nice hose again. He went through tons of iterations. I told him, just bag a 32mm heavy hose on. No. Kills too much airflow. This is, there's been thought gone into this. I'm very impressed. And then this top piece here is, I know he's tweaked it a little bit because he says the bag collar doesn't quite seal like that. You see the little ribs again. He has properly gone to town and reproduced the top of a Hoover Turbo Power. I think it's a Turbo Power 1. Bag holder, so the bag fill tube. And that is why it came to us with a very nice H18, which is Turbo Power 2, which I think have been discussions about because yeah, it fits quite snugly onto there. But these are a very readily available bag. They are ever so cheap in the UK. You did think about Kirby, and you could use Kirby, but they cost a fortune for a nice Kirby Hefferflow bag. And they're massive compared to this. This, I mean, it's all scrunched up inside of a bag, would be quite good. So, it's lovely, really, to see this sort of thing finally coming to market. And I must say, this is my first real go with actual 3D printing. I don't have a 3D printer. I'm not a popular enough YouTuber to be given one to test, but if I did, we would be knocking out Hoover stuff all day long. And yeah, the quality's pretty good. It's lovely. So, cable tied on here at the minute. So, I mean, I want to try both ultimately, but since it's set up for this, we may as well start with the machine that it fits. Right, well, before we even get started with that, it's been so long since I did sort of forget I bought it, and there's going to be somebody watching this who's going, did you just bought a 612 from me? This is the video that I've just messaged you, that I'm filming, and I might go, hey, well, send me your payment details. Yeah, but I forgot I also had this one, and I needed it for this video, really. But I said I'd buy another one, and it's a proper proper project. So I think this one's just going to be sold quite cheaply. And then we'll have another one to look at in the new year. I think it runs. Wasn't touching the floor there. It sort of needs to for this next bit to even do anything. Oh, there. Whatever. Marvellous. Let me turn off the power so that I don't chop my fingers off very shortly. And then we can lift up this and take off this. Oh my God, right. So what this is one of the, you probably, if you're a viewer of the channel normally, you'll know exactly what we did here. This is one of those generic Stixel bags. I think he's probably done quite a good job. This is what this lovely kit here avoids. All the bodges, because there isn't really much else you, oh my gosh, look at the residue. Oh no. Oh, that is oh wow, look at how much that's probably been restricting the airflow as well. Oh yeah, I don't think that's actually all the dust that this thing would have picked up in our after video and now is sat there. So yeah, that, you know, or you have to sort of shove it into all of there. And that's the best you can do. But this, there we go, let's put our money, well, put the man's money where the mouth is should. Oh yeah, look at that. I want to be a little bit careful with this because this could be bent and destroyed. Not very good, but, and obviously this is a prototype and that seal's not running right, but I think that's on. I think I'm going to have to feckle with that seal. Pretty good. That is completely sealed. It almost doesn't look it from where I'm sitting, but it is. So that's pretty cool. But the idea, of course, is to not have it there. That's why I'm going to put that seal on better off camera. But this needs to go on here. Do you remember this bag? Look, the homemade pattern bag. Well, I hope it will fit. If the next scene is not on this 3D printed thing, you'll know that we're probably having some issues. Although I think I've got another bag somewhere. So in theory, soon, and bag, well, that might even be too big, will fit onto here. And this should be inside. And that screws on there beautifully. There is plenty of room on this retaining bar. And you know, something tells me this is probably the worst case scenario for a bag that you're ever going to fit to one of these. If you have a nice, you know, genuine bag, because that's the idea. This replaces this. This is now, you know, useless. This does have little tabs that are supposed to hold the back of this ring in, which, I mean, probably wouldn't survive much being plastic. I think there's just a nice enough area there that it should be okay. We'll probably find out. If we now, I mean, we put our arms in some disgusting bags on this channel before, but this one is nice and clean. And we can now keep it nice and clean by fitting this bag into here. And then, oh, I mean, use your imagination that this is a lovely, genuine, original Hoover 612 bag. But, you know, you get the idea. Put that on there. And you would never know if the bag wasn't so awful. We could now, hopefully, fit this to the machine. So I want to not snap the tab off straight. Oh, yeah, there we go. Perfect. Straight away. And then that can go up there, put the bag hook back on. And in theory, that is a happy bag, isn't it? I bet this is probably inflates this H18 bag quite well. Let's just see. Yeah, look, that's a pin-up bar. Actually, it was quite nice. If you could run this into another room, it would be lovely. But yeah, that all just hides away in there, yeah, as if nothing happened. And I think now it's probably time for me to chuck some dirt down, and we'll see if it works. Because, you know, we need to put dirt through it, don't we? Right, we got a bit of sawdust down, and then just to get some fine dust on the go. Probably quite. Well, it doesn't matter, does it? We've got a bag now. Let's put some ready brick down onto the floor and see what happens. Yeah, then there'll be some fine dust. Let me just move something out of the way that I don't want to break. And we'll see how we go. Was fun. Let's do it again. That was amazing. I mean, the whole thing's going to be full of flipping sugar now, but that's a problem for ants another day. Right. I mean, I'm quite confident, really. If we take this off here, we can see that, yeah, that seal has performed very well. You can see the inside of it. I mean, there's a little gap there. It probably does want, you know, a better seal. I don't know, really. What do you reckon is better? I think I should probably tell him, don't fit the seal, but perhaps provide it, and then, you know, the person. But of course, if you're not able to fit the seal because, you know, your dexterity is not good enough, then you're gonna wish you had fitted. I don't know, really. But what I am hoping is that in here, okay, yeah, in here isn't too bad. Right, let's just open this. Yeah, this is, that's a big chunk of dust. And yeah, I mean, it is fine. Yeah, let's shake it over this clean rug because that's going to tell anything. What I'm noticing is, and yeah, the guy told me this, and somebody else, very good person who I know, has said this, you actually want to epoxy this on because what's happening is the airflow is just driving everything through the curls of the hose, and then eventually it is just coming out. Only ever so slightly, but yeah, he said, yeah, cut the cable tie, take it off, big blob of something, screw it back on, leave it, and that will be fine. The bottom one doesn't seem to do it, but I guess because it's firing it up, it doesn't really catch it. But, yeah, you can see it maybe starting there, but otherwise it's fine. And yeah, that is all of the dirt from the floor. Well done. Vintage Hoover. What did we got for free from a very nice lady who emailed me. So good, it's been upgraded. But what I am going to do now is, I will take this off of here for now, just because I want to take some photographs of it and etc, etc. But what we then need to do is cut this cable tie and see about screwing it onto here. There we go. And then with the cable tie off, yeah, this is the flange. Very nicely designed. Again, he personally designed this. This isn't really something that came from the internet. He spent a fair bit of time on there. So that works well. Job done. What I then think we should do is, I'm not going to put a cable tie on it. We might see a little bit of dust leakage on. We're just going to have to ignore that for now. But now, this will convert, well, actually easier to convert, because you put a Dyson lower hose in there and then cable tie a bag onto the bottom, but it's still a bottom fill bag. Oh, take this one off, which is actually still filthy from before the before video. We should probably fire it up first, shouldn't we, and check how well it works. That screws onto there, and then yeah, this all sits inside. I cannot say that this probably wants to be a little bit longer, but you get the idea. It sits in there. The main faff with these is that, of course, you have to unwire the old bag from here. Although, are you just going to pull off? Oh, fantastic! Oh, gosh bless you. Random, horrible bag. Oh, I wish I hadn't done that. Oh, well, we're not going to be able to do it before demonstration. This bag has zero airflow, so I almost don't want to start with. I want to just let this 375 probably have the most airflow it's ever had. But in theory, we would stick. Yeah, look, it would go through, but as you can see, the bag is pretty filthy, and I almost don't want to at the minute. But yeah, I can now take it off. But yeah, you can see. Yeah, it's even put the mouldings in. So yeah, that is effectively what it is. It's just got a different end on it that fits onto this hose. So I'm going to jerry rig this so it's held up on this Hoover Junior, and then we'll give it another go. One bungee strap around the very convenient hole at the top, which is very convenient because you would probably want to do that as well. Hang, just like Hoover did do with a little treasury tag thing they use. But this should. Oh, look at that airflow producing. Doing it, guys. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that works. Oh. One thing I do hate about the 375s, the 119 did get right. You have to push that little pedal down in order to get it to stand up. Right, let's start with some sawdust, because you know, that will be the deciding factor if it clogs back up or not. And then we might try the sugar. I don't know really what the grooving is going to be like on this versus the big boy. Oh, it's a Hoover. Of course it's going to be alright. You're kicking stuff out the back there. Doing that. Perfectly adequate. It's, I mean, God, bag's hanging a bit low now, but that's not bad at all. Especially for, again, pre-refurb. You've watched the before video of that Junior. I haven't touched it since. We just put a little bit of sugar down. See if we get some very nice vibratory action. say what a fantastic setup this is. If we just remove my janky bit, channeling my full action retro into this cursed machine, I mean, okay. Ooh, I'll take it off. There's a little bit of dust coming out of there. So what is here? Is this just the gap in the seal? Maybe, I'm not sure. I mean, it could just be the aluminum rot from this machine coming out. But I mean, it's still 83% better than the dust leakage you would get without this. So that is promising. I actually disagree with the person who made this. I'm not seeing really any leakage around there. The majority is coming from here. So yeah, I mean, the problem is it's going to be more economical for probably the end user to do that rather than having it built into the kit. But it's such a nice kit. It's very good. We can take out our yeah, that's done a perfectly alright seal. You can see it there. So yeah, I think Rev 1.1 is probably going to have a different sort of, you know, a little sort of notch for it to conk over and then push against so it seals itself a bit more. But I mean, you know, the dust is in that bag. All of what we have just played with is all in there. Now, hello. And for a machine that shouldn't have this sort of thing at all, like this one, oh, and this one. The fact that somebody has taken the time to 3D print and make a lovely little kit like this, the two ends, the bag holder from a Hoover Turbo Power, it's really good. And I'm happy to have this one here. It's certainly going to be used. You'll probably see it more out of a bag for me because obviously I'll be passing it around different machines. But oh, what a fantastic idea. So tell me what you think in the comments down below, because again, part of this video is, you know, I am a software tester by trade, so I can be a prototype tester. I think it's, you know, as a proof of concept, minimum viable product, it is bang on there. Seals probably needs some work, but again, that's not the fault of the 3D printing. That is the fault of the rubber seal, the rubber gasket. Cannot fault anything else really. And as I hope I've demonstrated to you, it works pretty well. And you know, despite being teeny tiny and older than this modern thing, they both beat as they sweep, as they clean, and do a good job. And if you'd like to make me an offer on this, please bang me an email. I will be happy to box it up and post it out to you, because I think we're done with it now. We've got another one coming that's an even massively difficult job. The light doesn't work, probably just needs a bulb mate. Until the next time, I thank you very much for watching, and I and our new 3D printed tools, as I'm going to call them, tools to help us test vacuum cleaners. I can't wait now. In an after video, I don't have to then spend an hour afterwards cleaning out the bag with the Victor V9 because we dared to clean up some dust. Absolute game changer. Thank you to the person that made it. It's really, really good. And I will see you soon. Bye bye.